Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel. I hope you're doing really well. My name is Marty and we are back with another episode of Severance. This is episode 5, The Grim Barbarity of Optics and Design. I wonder if this is to do with the room that we saw through the doorway. You know, the big room with computers and stuff. I presume that that's where they were making the artwork potentially. If you would love to follow along with me, watching the entire episode as is, you can do as an uncut reaction over on Patreon or as a YouTube member as well. But without further ado, I think we should dive right in. This is the 5th episode of Severance, Season 1. Oh, yes. It's been a little while since I've watched the last one. Yeah, so that was her real self coming back into realizing what was going on.
Ellie?
Yeah.
Maybe you should get out of here.
Sorry, I love the work.
Is that the end of her character? Can't be. Oh no, he's gonna see. 'Cause obviously they can detect that sort of thing.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Help! Help!
Oh god. Oh yeah, the cameras. Oh god. Yeah.
Is she okay?
I love the cinematography in this. The way it's so different because it's from her perspective.
Get in the elevator!
Why are they getting him to go in the elevator so he forgets?
Is she okay?
Oh, because immediately as soon as it opens, it will be fixed. Oh, wow.
Mr. Scout, you have a good evening.
Will do. Same to
Why
you.
never clue. I really expected them to just go like they did with Helly, you know, where it goes zip, zip, and then it's changed. The plot of Land kind of reminds me a bit of a Brain. It's empty. Oh, will his inner self be panicked? Oh, that's such a good detail. It's immediate for him.
Is she alive?
Have a seat, Mark. She's in the hospital.
Oh, she's okay.
She has severe bruising, but thankfully no permanent damage.
He was letting her go.
Helly's out. He has no intention of resigning.
But she almost died. I mean, she doesn't want to be here.
And she will be back at her desk in a few days.
Okay, so it's the outie at the hospital, right?
This happened on your watch, Marcus.
I like how they're saying it as if it's his fault. Don't berate yourself.
What is it to fail?
Lovely shot.
My failure to break into the literary world taught me a vital lesson, that it was not me who was wrong, but literature itself, and that to truly find my place in that world, I would first need to break it, and so I did.
Interesting that this is the book.
Just as a man with rotting toes cannot skip.
This is the book he reads.
What separates man from machine is that machines cannot think for themselves. Also, they are made of metal, whereas man is made of skin. Do not fight for my freedom. Fight for the freedom of the soldier fighting next to you. This will make the war more inspiring for you both.
It's very apt to the Severance building.
Good person will follow the rules. Great person will follow himself. Bullies are nothing but lies. Industry is dust. Find yourself contorting to fit a system. Ask if it's truly you that must change, or the system.
It's given him a lot more confidence.
Ran the diagnostics. Full synaptic coupling. Kilmer's memory was reintegrated.
How?
You were right, Harmony. We should celebrate.
Did they manage to reverse the Severance afterwards?
I figure you'll take a beat before telling the board, especially after what happened with Heliar. Jesus, you haven't told them.
Comb the chip data for source signatures.
It's saved, so you can keep it.
Like, how is that a good thing for them?
Please find out who did this.
Oh, unless they can try and take ownership of whoever did it and then say that, well, we can get you back to normal after you've severed if you want to.
Listen, I know you're still in severed mark form, but
He's there late.
this baby is officially coming. We're at the retreat.
I love the building, but it kind of looks a bit like a phallic symbol.
This is Mark's work self. Rickon said to come quickly. Wondering if you're lost. You're in cabin 6, one of the more affordably sized units, but...
Hello?
Oh, hey. Did you forget that I was going to be here?
Slightly. Sorry about the other night.
No, it's fine. She's doing great.
I was just trying to remember what the connection was. The midwife that he went out on a date with because the sister set him up.
I'm giving them some privacy.
Sounds good.
Go for a walk.
Hey, thank you for, taking care of her.
Of course.
I think Mark could do with someone right now.
I just don't want to be like my father.
I think it's good you're getting it out now.
okay.
Looking for a baby camp?
The uncle-to-be. Welcome, Mark.
I didn't know if they were going to wake you up from...
I just saw the message when I got off.
This is what I mean. If something happens outside of work, you're kind of stuck there.
Dude, did you see the one next door? It's like psychotically expensive. I hate whoever's in there.
Fat cats making fat kittens. Say a secret, quickly. Purging secrets can create a soul void.
We want that.
Oh, we do.
Will he remember the book on the outside?
I love you, and I feel hurt that you haven't called me to thank me for the book yet.
Yes, the book.
Good.
The book?
A copy of his new book on your doorstep.
Definitely haven't seen that.
That was an advanced copy.
Will I forget like a link of it?
Oh my God. Oh. I'm okay. You okay?
She's the one in labour.
I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm gonna go get coffee, Spud.
So,
Mark, would you help me hang the kelp?
really,
Hang the kelp? Why?
it helps the labour.
Do you really want me to explain it?
Hi, excuse me?
Who was that?
Sir? Hey, I'm another pregnant lady, and I got distracted by your beautiful coffee, and I
Gotta love the beautiful coffee.
Yeah, thank you.
Just let a stranger in whilst you're pregnant.
I'm Devin. Gabby. Thank you for the narcotics.
Narcotics.
My brother's depressing me.
Is it your first?
Yeah. Yours?
My third. I'm naming him William.
3 kiddos. I'm so f***ing scared of ruining one child. How do you handle it?
You'll be fine.
A lot of help, I guess.
Holy shit, by the way, about this cabin. So nice.
Gorgeous.
Hey, Rich.
If the thief reads the book, it will have been worth it. I bet you he turns himself in, huh? I know the last time you were in a medical facility was for Gemma.
Come on, spout a line from the
The
book.
baby's middle name could have been so lovely a tribute to her.
Your kid deserves her own name without some big feely baggage.
So, Gemma. I think we've heard the name Gemma before, but I might be wrong.
I got coffee.
Toll, please.
I made friends with the richest lady in baby camp. Quiet, but she was nice. Very cute. Should send you up there.
I'd imagine she's spoken for.
I bet Alexa would give you another shot.
I bet she wouldn't.
I bet you could ask her.
Why wouldn't she, though? They didn't leave it on bad notes on the date, did they? From what I remember?
Hold it, can I squeeze your hand?
Don't break it.
Need me to tell a secret?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me your dark shit.
Well,
I read the book. He doesn't know, I know.
I kind of think Lumen might be up to something.
What do you mean? Like with your paychecks?
What? How does it...
No, I've just been hearing stuff just around.
Who have you been talking to?
Oh, because he was talking to Petey.
What?
Do you remember the businessman?
Oh, fucking pit of hell!
Charlie, you okay?
The secrets definitely helped. The serene cinematography with the pain in the audio is kind of beautifully reminiscent to the way his mind is. The way his workplace is. Looks calm and serene. Inside his head, it's chaotic. In the audio, he's like, oh, thank you. I'm going to pass out.
She was in outie form at the time she woke up, so this will be Annie Helly's first conscious experience since the hanging. When she sees you, it's important your eyes be kind. Do you know how to make your eyes kind?
Wrinkle them and lift them. So it's a little creepy. That's sinister. So she's being reintegrated. It's almost like not reset, but this will be immediately after.
You're okay. It's all right.
Oh, that's terrifying. No, that just looks weird. Don't do that.
So they locked away the extension cords, dangerous items. You should be safe. If you want to focus on looking for happy numbers for a while, that's fine.
So wait, did they say this was an innie or an outie? Because she's there, so she must be the innie, right?
Do you want to talk about it?
She's the innie, right. The attitude.
We should hide inspirational handbook quotes around the office for her to stumble upon.
She just needs to start earning perks, dude. I'd end my life if I didn't have any finger traps yet.
Oh, they get the finger traps. The Chinese things. Forgot what they're called.
Miss Casey.
I'm here to observe Heliar.
It's ASMR lady.
Miss Cobell's orders. I'm to watch her for signs of sadness. Upon request, I can also perform a hug.
You know, I've been,
I can have a hug.
signs of sadness. Could I get one of those?
No.
Worth a shot. Weird though that she's just got to watch her like that. That would turn anyone insane.
Did you get all that?
Putting an eyelash.
Are you upset?
No.
peachy.
Still love the cinematography of the guy through the square. Is he getting flashbacks to when he had his session? Yeah, his dream things. What is with the ink stuff? Oh, it's not terrifying much. It's like the blood in the lifts and The Shining. Oh. Oh.
We lose you again there, buddy?
I have to go to O&D. Something's come up, and I'd like to seek Bert's counsel.
Okay, fine.
Nice shots. They're finally making a copy of the map. I'm a little curious as... Wait, what? What is that? What? Is that the office workers?
I'm sorry.
Each other.
We must have sent this print job here by mistake. You weren't supposed to see this.
What are these?
Hell.
Nothing. A joke from Miss Cobell.
It's the O&D coup, isn't it?
Am I right?
One that Dylan talks about.
This is all...
Did that actually happen?
Look at hell.
Of course not. Nothing like that could happen here.
Sure.
It's proof it is ironclad.
Why would one department physically attack another?
That's not attack. That's...
Are we even sure about it? There is a lot that they could do to us.
That's massacre, though.
Who lied to you about the size of his department? How do we know what else he isn't being kosher about?
I'd follow them.
You ran a 266 on Irving B.
I thought it might dissuade him from spending so much time with Bert G.
Oh, 266 is the purposely putting that picture there, I presume. Placing hints. Yeah, to stop him from seeing the other
I saw
guy.
Miss Casey down there. You're having her watch LER.
I am.
Or is she really getting her to watch Mark?
The light of discovery shines truer upon a virgin meadow than a beaten path. I'm trying something new with Miss Casey. Keep it between us.
Oh, Patricia Arquette is just phenomenal in this role. It's so creepy. Oh gosh, she's trying to wipe the marks of the rope away. Or the lead away. What was that?
Please describe for me your time in the restroom.
Oh!
Why do I feel like she was just faking that? She was acting.
I turned and...
Bet you're drunk. What'd your mouth taste like when you got in today?
You have to come with me to distribution supply.
I can watch LER while you're gone. Only a few minutes, right?
Distribution supply is 8 minutes, round trip.
Is that the innie? Or is that maybe Helly's outie pretending? Because she was fully unconscious and strangled, wasn't she, in the lift?
I haven't shown you where we keep the extra pen caps. It's not far, do you mind?
I'm good, thanks.
No, you're right. We shouldn't go anywhere without Miss Casey.
Good point. I could do with a trip.
Careful out there, boss. Weird energy about.
Yeah, even that shot of her with the board, her head was like there above the board, like she's been severed, hung.
He says to the bartender.
So where are all these pen caps at?
They're not.
How are you doing, Ellie?
Did you make up the pen caps to ask me that?
I just wanted to talk.
I'm really bad, Mark. Thanks for noticing.
She seems a bit different, that's all. That's why I was wondering that thing a minute ago.
Yeah.
Petey's map.
Oh, but she knows Petey's map. Okay, it is her innie then.
I thought maybe if we work on it together, we can...
I'm not your new Petey.
I like the lights.
LER?
Mark took her to look at pen caps.
Now. Bert G is in the conference room.
Bert. Irving, what are you doing here?
You know,
Hanging
I was
around.
turned around. Actually, I was looking for you. I hadn't heard from you. Well, I
What are you doing?
Oh my God! What are you doing?
He was coming at you! You saw that painting? You want to get disemboweled today?
What the hell?
As in the 6 f***ing people you've been hiding from us.
The people, he's on like from the picture.
I know what you're up to. What is wrong with you?
Ellie?
I was gonna say, just suddenly attacked him and locked him in. I was confused.
Ellie?
Where the f*** are we? I told her I wanted out and she told me I wasn't a person.
What do you want?
It's for her to wake up while the life drains out of her and to know it was me who did it.
What the hell was A child? It's like they're in a dream or something.
Our department chief and new hire have gone missing. Do you know where they are? No.
Like, are they blaming him?
If you came here to see me, then why are you in the conference room? Why not come right to the office? I didn't want to scare you again, like with the hand thing. You didn't scare me. I was working out a joke. Tell it. And worked it out.
He was chatting to himself, yeah.
Why did you lie about the number of people in your department? We don't trust you guys. The king of don't trust us. People just talk about MDR. What do you mean?
They all seem to hate each other.
Like they say, you all have pouches. Carry young? Yes. Have a larval offspring that will jump out and attack.
What?
People are weird. I'd be remiss not to say that in this theory, the larva eventually eats and replaces you. Which Irving would
Like
solve.
the innies and the outies.
Would solve the mystery. Your youthful energy. Irv, are you sweet on this guy?
He's like, he's trying to suss you out. He's trying to eat you.
I do disapprove.
Certainly the handbook forbids taking heart to other employees.
This guy's Owen goddamn D. It's not safe.
It's a baby or a child, but why? How? It's a lamb? What? Or is that a baby goat? A kid? Funnily enough, I said a kid, pretty much. Was there a whole farm in there? Okay.
You can't take them yet. They're not ready.
What?
It isn't time. Look, get the hell out of here.
The grim barbarity, optics and design.
Is that the food for the devil? But what?
What kind of barbarities were we enacting? It doesn't matter. I don't think it was real. Confer with my larva, of course. Relationships beyond the platonic are frowned upon anyway. Is that what we are? At this time, formally release you. As Kia said, be ever merry. Would you like to come in? There is something in the storeroom I'd like to show you.
That
And
sounds...
Dylan, of course.
That sounds super creepy.
The courtship of Kier and Imogen. He met his wife while a steelman in an ether factory.
Aww.
Were bonded by the spirit of industry. They met as colleagues, took heart to each other as colleagues.
What's he gonna find? It's the picture. The picture that they had printed.
Makes you wonder something could be wrong.
Get away from him. You lying fuck. Sitting right there on his shelf.
It's not the same.
What do you mean it's not the same?
Look at the badges the Raiders are wearing. That's not O&D, Dylan. It's us. Never gone into the hallway rotation. It's called the macro data refinement calamity.
What's their thoughts on them?
Why the hell would there be two versions of the same painting?
The other ones had different patches, yeah. To try and push each other against each other.
I mean, what if the goats are the numbers?
Oh.
I know you don't want to be here.
Maybe they're the goats.
I'm glad you are. I'm sorry that this is the best I can do right now.
If you give me the map, I'll clean it up. Your drawing is
Miss Casey, we were just heading back from our mental health walk.
You're both unhurt.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I was scared.
Sorry.
Scared for about what?
I forgive you.
She's so sweet. I don't know why. Weird and sweet. I like her. Then again, I think I've got a bit of a soft spot for her because she does the ASMR thing in the room and it's pretty relaxing. So.
You aware what MDR is up to right now?
I thought that's what you were paid for.
You're not stopping it.
The surest way to tame a prisoner is to let him believe he's free.
How many more departments are you going to let them find?
They're letting them find
You
it.
wouldn't look kindly on this.
Yes, Daddy.
Oh, that was...
Talk to me when you figure out who hacked Kilmer's chip.
That was quite sexual there. Yes, Daddy. That was... Damn. I was a little unsure how to take it.
They're from MDR. They're friends.
Seeing the entire department that you're not meant to see. So, interesting episode. Very, very interesting. Aside from all of the stuff that we think we found out lore-wise about the optics and design department, or something happening there that's very strange, what was the thing with Mrs. Salnick, or the boss lady at the end there? Yes, Daddy, line. Like, at first I thought, oh, it's quite central. And then I was thinking, was it? Hat under the collar. I'm so sorry, by the way, if I seemed a little, not off in that episode, but very jumbled a bit. It's because it's been such a long time since I watched it. I've had an incredibly busy week this week, and I actually hurried to watch this today after just getting back, and so my brain isn't fully settled. So apologies if I spoke a bit too much. I'd completely forgotten about what Helly had done at the end of the episode, the last episode. I'm still so surprised the way they did the filmmaking for it, that I loved that they did the POV shots, flailing through consciousness kind of thing. And it was part of the reason why I thought, is that definitely her innie? Kind of felt like maybe that was her outie, seeing them for the first time. And I wasn't sure what to think. I just found it weird. I know that I've got two reasons why I think it's weird. Okay, the reasons I think it's weird is, so she was pulled out of the lift as the innie, okay, and then went to the hospital, etc. However, I don't know if that was her innie or outie that woke up. The reason I thought it wasn't the same one that we saw coming out of the lift when she was saved is because when the second the doors open, we see Mark look down and she's scared in the lift. Why would she still be scared in the lift unless she was the other one to the one that got saved, pulled out and put into hospital? Do you know what I mean? I do believe they said that she was reintegrated or something, so I don't know if that means that she was reset at the lift point, that she had witnessed all the stuff after it, and then they reset her to the point that she had been in that lift. But that doesn't make any sense. If they were to do it, then they surely should have just reset her to before she did what she did, like to a neutral state or something. So that's why I was thinking, oh, maybe it's the other one that is now taken hold within the building itself instead. I don't know. Really interesting. So she shouldn't, when she gets into the lift, she should be normal. She should be feeling normal. If that was her innie, if she had gone to the hospital as her innie. Anyway, that stuff aside, really great opening to the episode. Again, I keep getting questions and questions and questions and thinking, what is this? What is this? It's the only show that I have really kind of got ever since something like Life on Mars, Ashes to Ashes, and had 1,000,001 questions going on in my mind. Yes, something like The Twilight Zone, which I am watching along the side of this. Currently as uncut form, but it will come to the channel eventually. But with something like that, yes, I'm having these thoughts and questions, but it's per episode. Like each episode is a different story. But I had so many with this. Like in this one, what was that goat room? Are the goats food for something? Are they food for them that they don't know about? I half expected, you know, the whole book thing, the You Are book. I half expected that was going to come back into play with, I know he's read it, and I think it's kind of giving him ideas. The innie version of him, it's giving him ideas that his outie part doesn't know. But I had a feeling that the guy was going to be talking about something to him, and then suddenly he was going to blurt out a line from the book, like a phrase from the book, and he wouldn't have known really where it came from, but he would have meant it. And then the other guy would have been like, you read the book? And yeah, that didn't happen. The one thing I'm very curious of, you know, the painting thing. The painting thing made me feel like we are in this pretend world kind of thing. Almost like we're seeing a fake version. They're seeing a fake version of what the reality really is. And really something very, very sinister is going on. And maybe it's even going on in front of our eyes, but we can't see it. Like maybe people aren't who they look like. And I know I'm being incredibly crazy by saying this stuff. So, there's something more behind the show. I know it's a weird show. I know it means something. A lot of things in this mean something. But there's something else about the show and I don't know what it is. Things mean certain things. And that painting, I feel, was almost reality bleeding through. In their heads, and from what we're supposed to believe, is that, oh, it's just their imaginations. You know, this is what they expect the department to really be like, even though that's, you know, absolutely absurd because they're saying the department is like a horde of demons or something. But hey, maybe they are. I did say, even from the very first episode, I think it was, especially with I keep saying Mrs. Selnick, by the way. Is it Mrs. Selnick or Mrs. Selvig? Because I'm so sorry if I've been saying the wrong name, because over the weeks, I feel like I've mixed between the two names. You know who I'm talking about. It's the boss lady, who is actually his neighbor as well. Yeah, that one. It's funny when I'm watching these when I have a chance to. I'm not able to watch these back to back. I wish I did, but I don't have that many hours in the day that I can just watch the entire series back to back. Something sadistic is going on. Weird, and I think something evil is going on. I don't know what it is. And what is the number thing on the computer? What are they doing? I know they said, oh, is it something to do with the goats? Are we choosing which goats live, which ones die? Do you know what I love though? The set design of the corridors that Mark and Helly were walking down with the lights coming on one after the other. It just it looked almost like they were in the depths of the Severance building. If you guys have ever been into a work building, you'll know what I mean. If you go into areas that aren't normally walked in and they've got those automatic lights set, so they're not just always on, but they do it because barely anybody walks through there. And it's not necessarily like that where they'll immediately come on and off with the movement and are very, very close to where you are. It's usually just a section of lights will come on and then they'll turn off kind of thing. But that's what makes me think this is somewhere deep in the building somewhere, because suddenly they were in this area. I believe it was between a scene change that they then got to this stage. But part of me thought, are they really there? What's going on? Also, what is going on with the guy's daydreams that he keeps having of that ink, that oil slick stuff that keeps coming down? I think it's ink. It almost makes me think, is he having horrid nightmares about the workplace or about the other guy? Because the other guy is an artist, like they do painting and stuff, don't they? Which I think is mass printed. I could be wrong. Maybe they do the painting themselves, but I don't know. But they work with paint. So that was kind of making me think, is like his nightmares to do with the guy that he really likes? And also, who is the guy to him? Is it just that he has a soft spot for him in here in the Severance building, or is it that he actually does know him on the outside and that's bleeding through somehow? I've got so many questions, and I know it's pointless in me talking to you about this because we don't have the answers for it, but I'm kind of just telling you where I'm at with this. And I feel like that's the best way to chat about a show, to talk through the ideas and stuff. What I'm going to do, by the way, is I know I've done it with every other show that I've done, like Our Flag Means Death, Doctor Who, Twilight Zone, which, yes, I have been watching the Twilight Zone. I know I haven't brought it to the channel yet, but I have been watching it over on Patreon/YouTube members. That is going to be coming at some point to the channel. Basically, I'm trying to get through a chunk of it, and then because they're very short episodes, they are going to probably be released potentially as singular episodes, but they are very short. But it does mean, although I'll be able to get them done quicker, I will hopefully be able to trim down the length of time between videos a little bit once it comes to doing the Twilight Zone in between, because it's going to be quicker doing those, and then I'll have more time obviously to do the other videos that does take me a lot longer, like the film. So when it does get to that stage, hopefully it'll be Twilight Zone film, etc. I don't know how it's going to work yet, but if you do love this show, you will love the Twilight Zone. This is very much a cross between, in my eyes, a cross between the Twilight Zone and Black Mirror. So if you love the show Black Mirror, you'll also like the Twilight Zone. It's very similar in weirdness, and you're thinking one thing in the story and you've got a really good grasp on the story, and then there's this really good twist and it's completely out of nowhere. You do not expect it, but it makes you rethink the entire story, and you go, maybe there's been hints along the way, but you go, oh my god, it was this all along. What was this then? What did that mean? Something like, it's the same thing in this. That's why I love the hunt of and the mystery of knowing what's going on in the building and what the machines are for. I love a good mystery show, and to me this is that kind of thing. That is all for this episode. I've probably got a ton more thoughts. Please let me know your thoughts down below. Have you got any theories? Obviously that's if you've seen it up until this point. If you've seen further on, please don't spoil it for me or for other people, which obviously goes without saying, I know. At this point that you're watching this, I've likely now seen the entire season 1, just so you know. So if you are over on Patreon, I don't believe you need to be a full member. I think you just need to be a member, which you can sign up for free on Patreon. But I was going to say, what I'm going to do is, like I've done the other chats over on Patreon, unfortunately I can't do it on YouTube members, but on Patreon, I'm going to set up a chat so that when you go to, I think it's the community tabs at the side, you can then go to the chats window. And it's kind of a bit like, if you've ever seen the Discord chats, they'll be there as well. And I'll also do the same over on my Discord as well, because I do have a Discord, in case you guys didn't know. I very rarely mention it. But yeah, if you'd like to, you can also join the Discord server as well. Links to everything, by the way, I believe are in the descriptions, as in I think the Discord link is there as well. If it's not for any reason, then feel free to go to my main channel page and go to the About section, and it's in there. If you'd like to join the Discord though, the link is in the description below. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you're doing really well today. Hope you're having a fantastic day. And again, there's probably plenty more I can say about this. And I'm sure answers to any of the questions that I've had from this or previous episodes are hopefully soon going to be started to be answered a bit more. Most of them have been at least partially answered, and I'm just enjoying the unraveling of the mystery of the world and the weirdness along with it.
Hey guys, just been listening to episode 5's podcast, and yeah, it's really intriguing so far. So they've told us that apparently they started filming just before lockdown. So they said that they started to work on the table read just before lockdown. So they had they had like touching elbows and hand sanitizers around, all this kind of stuff, but they weren't in lockdown. And then apparently I think it was that they did the table read and then pretty much immediately went into lockdown. Was it the week after, something like that? And so it was really weird that they were with each other for so much time for the table read, and then suddenly just not with anybody at all. So it's interesting, and also it's got one of my favorite guest stars on it. The lady who plays Devon, I forgot her name now, but she plays Mark's sister. I love her. She's amazing.
Did you guys know each other at all before we started doing the show?
No.
That's so crazy.
We met though for the first time when we were coming out for the table read in March of 2020.
Yeah, what a wonderful time that was. We met in the very strange sort of holding area that they take you to on a fancy plane, which isn't awkward at all if you've never spoken to someone. Luckily, Adam is lovely, and I think there was like politics up on the screen, and I remember very clearly immediately firing my mouth off because I was nervous and being like, I don't know what this guy thinks. Halfway through, immediately just telling you all of the ins and outs of my personal political beliefs.
Right.
As I recall, it was just like a week or something before everything got locked down. Wasn't it like we were all together as if we were going to make the show, and then a few days later, everything was shut down?
Yeah.
That was crazy because we all saw each other, and then we didn't see each other for a long, long time.
I have such a Pavlovian response now to the sound of the hand pumps of the hand sanitizer at the table read, because we didn't know. We were just, everyone was doing their best, and it was sort of like, okay, we'll elbow bump, and everyone will sort of manically use this hand sanitizer, and then 2 days later, it was like, go home.
Yeah. Everything was shut down. It was wild.
I think that shutdown though really, kind of ended up helping us in the show in terms of having time to figure out stuff that we were still trying to figure out as we were rolling into production.
That's good to hear. It was such a wild time to get to know everybody as well. I told Adam this before, but we have a hug in one of our earlier scenes, at least one of the earlier scenes that we shot. And we shot it, and then when we cut, I stepped away because I teared up because I realized I hadn't hugged anyone. It was the first physical contact I had had in a very long time. And Adam was like, oh great, this girl. But it was very sweet.
No, and I kind of feel like it was our thing, not knowing each other particularly well, but this kind of Mark and Devon relationship kind of clicked in really, really fast.
It did.
It really, you guys were just on the same wavelength right away.
Yeah.
And I think that was really, I remember when you guys read together, there was so much chemistry there.
Really, really gels well with Adam Scott's character as well. She's one of my favorites in the show. Don't know why, she just really plays the part well. And she's very warm and endearing and just a very lovely character. So this one's with her, and she's saying that pretty much, sorry, it's a bit wobbly and bumbly, by the way. I'm still driving to the location that I was on the last episode's video. currently about to go past. I'll see if I can pull over to get a shot of it, but I'm currently about to go past. Okay, there's a guy in the road who's just been... I wish I'd shown you. There was a guy in the road, just going over a little bridge. There was a guy in the road who was covered in mud from the waist down. Him and his mates had gone skinny dipping in the river or something, because you could see his mates laughing at him. So, episode 5 of the podcast is... I don't know where I got up to, so I'm going to kind of give you a brief overview again. It talks a lot about Jen Tulloch. She plays Devon. Love her character. She is just amazing, and she really, really does play a very good sister role to Mark.
That's, by the way, something I just wanted to mention from episode 4 that I didn't get to is when you're talking to Devon on the phone, and you're finished with a phone call, and you go, "Okay, bye." It's one of my favorite line readings.
I do not remember.
It's literally, it's like, "Okay, bye." But it's like, your relation, like you're talking to your sister or whatever with your funny voice. It's one of my favorites.
That's funny.
Well integrated with Mark himself, and apparently they met on the show. They'd never worked together before. I think I mentioned this in one of the previous episodes because it was from Mark's point of view, from Adam's point of view, when he said that he'd met her for the first time on the show, etc. Some of this podcast goes through, when they first met and the whole lockdown thing happening, which I think I've already spoken about on video anyway.
I couldn't be in a cooler group of people, and also I think, to Adam's credit, that dynamic felt easy to develop quickly because he was so kind and warm and available. The first thing I shot, and you guys have been working for a couple months, I think, when I came in, was the first time we see each other in the show, which was opening the door. Devon's knocking on the door. Yeah. And I remember thinking how emblematic it was, because you just, between every take, I was totally the new kid, and you were very warm and asking me about my life. And you were also, I think, had just been very sick. And I thought it was especially nice that you were in sort of the throes of a fever and still wanting to chat.
That's a really challenging thing for actors to have to do, is to create a whole inner life and past history, someone who's playing your sibling when you've just met them.
Yeah.
And you guys did that very well. And I think it's just, because you guys were so attuned and so talented and so understanding of what that is to jump in. It's almost like, as I think, challenging as a love scene or something like that too, because
totally.
You're creating something that the audience really has to buy and believe, and so much of Devon and Mark's relationship is unspoken and is in the history and the language you have together.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of that too, I don't know about you, Jen, but the writing was such that there wasn't that scene where it's like, well, since we're sister and brother and our parents died when we were 3, or what, there's expository scenes that we kind of all roll our eyes at, that for an audience I think is alienating, and you don't actually feel like you're watching siblings. In here, we had the room to develop this relationship, and we didn't have the responsibility of hitting all those expository beats, so we could fill it with behavior. And I think that was more beneficial to us, but also to the show, and also being given that room by our directors.
And it also talks about the guy who plays Devon's husband as well. Apparently he's just really good at doing little improvisations on set.
What is interesting when you think about that is, in the writing, if you had sort of been told, this is how we're going to set up the idea of Mark telling Devon the secret about what he's thinking about what's going on at Lumon that Petey told him, we're going to set it up by Rickon saying someone should tell a secret so that they can create a soul void and release themselves of that guilt or whatever it is, so that later Mark can be asked by Devon to tell a secret.
Totally. It's a great way to kind of sneak it in there. And also for us to get the information that Rickon is aware that the book has not been commented upon by Outie Mark, and that Outie Mark isn't even aware that there was a book. So
yeah, it's probably, he might have even made it up just so that he could say that to Mark to find out why he hadn't gotten the book.
Yeah, he's clearly fishing for a compliment or an acknowledgement.
There's the whole birthing scene, whether at the shack, the hut thing. He is just improvising some of the little in-between pieces of dialogue during the scene where he's going, "Oh, don't let me be like my father," and all this kind of stuff.
So then Mark goes into the birthing cabin where Rickon is sobbing over Devon's belly.
Mm-hmm.
He's pleading that he doesn't want to be like his father. Please don't let me be my father. Into her belly, and she's sort of comforting him.
Tolerating him. I mean, good Lord.
The amount of improvised things that flew out of Chernus's mouth while we were shooting that one little section was a gift. He's so great. Yeah, it was, I think Devon's sick of him, but I think she loves him so much in an almost fraternal way that she forgives all of his frivolities because she also believes him. I think she's chosen to believe him.
Yeah.
And that's a choice that she made many years ago for her own comfort and stability. And she's like, yep, this is my person. I'm going to say yes.
And apparently Jen also took like a childlike manner for when she, when she asked the lady about the coffee, she says to her, oh, that's beautiful coffee. And she says, are you rich? And the way she says it, apparently she came about it because she'd been talking with her friend's 8-year-old or something, like really small child. And it's the way that kids ask questions in conversations. It's very just off the cuff. There's no malice behind it. It's just curiosity. And yeah, from this childlike manner, she just brings these questions and reads the lines in a certain way. I think she's still probably one of my favorites. And I've listened to this podcast now 3 times because I listened to it partly on the way and then on the way back and then again on the way back, and just trying my best to take in the conversation. But because it's been such a busy day today, my brain, when it just starts to kind of blur over. It's a really good episode and it's got some really nice, not so much behind the scenes, but it's a nice in-depth look at the way Jen approaches situations within the show and how she approached the situation of like the contraction sounds that she does herself. She kept thinking that it was silly, that she didn't sound like she was doing it correctly or that it might sound stupid. But both Ben Stiller and Adam Scott, so Ben Stiller obviously because of his children and his wife, giving birth or whatever, and Adam Scott doing the exact same thing and letting her know that, she is doing the sounds correctly. I think she said she also spoke with friends as well, just to double check to see if she was doing it okay or not. But yes, yeah, she does a really good job.
I love the way you play this, Jen. So good.
That dialogue on the page, when you see that dialogue on the page, Jen, and you're going to work,
yeah.
You're like, okay, I have to get coffee, and I was distracted by your beautiful coffee. Was that dialogue on the page? Beautiful coffee? Or did you say that? Did you make that up?
I don't remember. It seems, I think I might have added beautiful.
Okay. But that on the page to me, if you saw that on the page and Dan's, creates these situations.
Yeah.
It's not like a typical situation.
No.
I mean, I'm not saying it's like the most like you're playing a scene where some awful thing has happened. You have to, but like to make something like that work or to make that real, that's not the easiest thing to do. And I know it's a simple thing, and I do find for you as an actress, and this is a compliment, but I find like it's almost impossible for you to say something that doesn't feel real when it comes out of your mouth.
Mm-hmm. Well, thanks.
Okay, yes.
Thank you.
No, but I'm curious in your process, like how you process the words and is there something, how do you do it?
I don't know that I do process the words. I think it's for Devon anyway. She wears it so obviously on her sleeve. It is almost childlike in that way. Like clearly she's intelligent, but she is a bit bombastic and bro-y. And that once I decided that was the lane, that made it easy because the writing is so good anyway that I think she means everything she says. Even when she's being sarcastic with Mark, it's done from such a sweet place that I do remember shooting these birthing cabin scenes and thinking, when people are in physical pain, they become more childlike. And what does it look like? I think we have so many misconceptions about labor. I myself have never experienced it, but many people I'm close to have. And I actually asked a bunch of my friends before we started shooting that had given birth. I was like, "You're not really making that sound, are you? Like, what are you? Are you being funny? Are you?" And they had all given me interesting backstory. So I do think that Devin kind of defaulting to this goofiness a little bit is also a coping mechanism because she's in pain. She wants the coffee because she's in physical discomfort. And I think that she also knows that she can connect with people from a place of vulnerability. Maybe that's come into clearer focus in contrast to her husband, because for Rickon that is nearly impossible. And that's probably why they work so well. But I think it was just... there's a need. She needs the coffee. That's the bottom line. And even though, like you said, the container is so dramatic and the context is so dramatic, and I knew there was going to be this gorgeous score underneath. It's like, well, she still just wants her coffee. So, yeah.
There's so much important information in this scene, and it's killing like 6 birds with one stone because you're playing it so well, and we're learning so much about Devin here, how she behaves in a situation like this, how she sort of thinks about money and class. It's also pushing class into the show a bit, which is super interesting.
Yeah.
But it's all within it's only being pushed by character here, but there's all this interesting information. It's just there's a heavy load on you as an actor, and you're just getting it all out there in such a fascinating way that you don't even notice all the other stuff that's kind of being loaded into the show right here. It's just like the way you ask her if she's rich, you just learn so much about Devin in that moment.
Yes.
There is a toddler in my life, and I had been one of my best friends. It's her son, and I had been spending a lot of time with him leading up to shooting, and that was him. That was because I was thinking about how adults, however intelligent, can resort to childlike behavior when vulnerable. And I was like, I think Devin's too tired to try to frame that as like a diplomatic question. She's just like, I got a question. and that's how kids are. I think about kids so often with any character that's at all vulnerable or messy or not intentionally put together. It's like, that's just what it is. It's just a little kid inside of us that's wanting to get information. And I do think Devin, though deeply smart, it is kind of kid-like in that way.
Today has just been absolute whirlwind. So if I don't seem to with it, or if I feel like if I seem like I'm trying to tell you the info, but it's just not coming out. Other than that, it's been a really good day, and I hope you really enjoyed this video, like the rest of it. Genuinely check out the podcast episode for this, because Jen's conversation, whilst there are pieces to pick out from it, but there's not really much that I can pick out that doesn't need full context, if that makes sense. Like, you need the conversation between her and Adam Scott to make sense of it. I can't just like say one tiny thing and be like, oh, they said this, blah, blah, blah. Other than the thing about Chernus, who plays the husband, other than him just being incredible, I hope you really enjoyed coming on the journey with me. And if you did miss some of the journey that I was doing today, I quite like the fact that I've been doing these little additions outside, because it's been quite nice to just kind of do stuff, but also talk to you guys and not be in a suit and behind a desk and it be very formal. Anyway, guys, have an amazing day, and I'll pass you back now to past Marty to finish the video.
Don't forget, by the way, if you want to check out the full uncut reactions to this or to any other episodes or films that I've watched, then feel free to go to Patreon, YouTube members, whichever, and they are there as well. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and hopefully I get to see you guys next time. Bye-bye. If you're still here to the very end, then thank you so much, and also a huge thank you to my wonderful patrons: Roger C. Griffith, Douglas Collier, Terry V, Miggy Love, Chris Holmes, Jojo, Thomas Masters, Shoehorn1234, Res, Patrick Durr, Andrew Blount, Carlos, Marla Mize, Rob, Chandra Blair, Scott, Paul Zawicki, Randy, Kirsten, Juan Pablo Camero, JL, Maggie, Freya Alexandra, Milo, Miranda, Edna, Gina Aman, Tess Avaland, Olivia, Maria Stoicheva, Neno, Megan Janoviak, Rainy Tomo, Strawberry Tree, Kirsten Bailey, Boobly Boo, Louise Vanderhoven, Aubrey Terry, Wraithist, Heidi Steele, City D, Bumblebee, Joshua, Jesse, Rena Burra, Meet, Lolita Verbakovskia, Eli, Holly Jeffries, Alenka Hafner, HM Garth, Chloe Grover, Neb, Kyle Baker, Abby Barker, Tom Tattershall, Kristen Olds, Tillycham, Laura Hutchison, Tara M. Will Coxon, Sazzy Nation, Ferdinand Pitchard, Jim McKay, Sphere, Mel Days, Fran in the Pen, BG, Tara, Rags and Muffins, Nameless Human Being, Deb, Philippa Chapman, Emily, Panda, David Wayne Fox, Jessica Asakovich, Sue Pro, Naja in Workshop, Mike Tunnicliffe, Wolfgang Wolf, Lee, Harvey, Ankame, Aninya, Evan G, Violet Aurora, Pamela Chandler Rash, Scott Howard, Joshua, Robert Williams, Steve Webster, Amanda, Lipaz, Jamie Dodds, King, Happy Go Lucky, Caitlin, Analytical Guy, Maria Torres, Cliff Adams, Jonathan, Dirk, Annie Bonds, Crystal Appleby, Scorpius, Monica Murphy, Sebastian Saint-Ange, Varga, Leslie McKittrick, Nick Stark, Number 1 Carez, Jen, Biff McKeldin, Birgit, Stephanie Collins, Emily, Ken Duncan, Max, Helena Klitsch, Amy Quattlebaum, Ry Levi, Wayne DeFries, JJ, Mikhail Augustine Reed, Malcolm Hope, Lee Hallam, Bill Waite, Charlie Elkin, Mika Least, Jeffrey Welton, Aleidoscope, George, Ingrid, Stephanie Sexton, Jude, Bera, Robinio GD, Catherine Ellis, Vincent Pare, Sammy Fan, Eric Jansen, David K, Stephen, Edcat, MB8, Border Collie Lover 223, Caitlin, and Juiced. If you'd like to see more videos, there's some more on the screen right now. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and see you next time.